Hi guys, it's Gisele. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be participating in an open collaboration that was hosted by Mandalay Cards and More, Melinda Davis, and Crafting with Isabel. And the ladies are here on YouTube under those names. And the open collaboration was to challenge ourselves to make our very first lapbooks. They did have a live chat here on YouTube, and I did join in, and they encouraged me to give it a try. So I did my very best to do that, and I hope you like what I created. Did a little research on YouTube and found a video by Nick the Booksmith, and I will link her channel below. And basically what she did was she took two books and put them together and created a lapbook. So I'm basically going to show you how that worked. I had two books here at the house that were similar, so I used those two. But I got these because I love the way mine came out, that I wanted to try one that was smaller. I don't have a ruler close by, but this is a smaller book, so I wanted to try a little small lap book. So basically you have two books. These were from the Dollar Tree, and what you do is basically take them apart. So I've done that off camera. So there's one. Here's the book. Okay. Here's the other book. So this is what you're left with. Put that there. So you're left with these two books. So basically what the lap book is that it's going to close like this. It's going to close like this. And of course it's joined here in the middle. So what you do is you join, you make a spine here to join them together. I use some Tyvek, an old post office mailing envelope, and I did the spines here as well, so that when you close them, they kind of go like that together. So I'm going to show you what I created. I thought maybe that could help, or kind of give you an idea of what to look for on her channel. But this is what I created. I finally decided to use my Tim Holtz collection. I have maybe 4 of his paper pads. You can't buy them in the store anymore. And if you try to buy them on eBay or any other second retail shop, it's like $32 for a paper pad, a 12 by 12. So I don't know about you, but I kind of hoard my Tim Holtz because I do love his work, love his papers, love his ephemera, love everything Tim Holtz. So I created this lap book, and I don't know if you can see that, but this is what it looks like from the top. I'm very close to my camera. I apologize for that. This is what the spine looks like. This is the spine that I created. I did do a hidden spine, which I'll show you when I open it up. And this is what the side looks like. And this is the back. The Tim Holtz paper. I did stitch around his paper. And I made this belt buckle to keep mine's closed. So that's what the buckle looks like. And it matches the paper, the fabric that I use on the spines of the books. So let me go ahead and get that open for you guys. And that's what that looks like. And this is my cover. And let's keep that in frame. I'm standing so that I can see that I'm still in frame, because once you open it, you can't keep it all in frame because it's so long. So what I did was I created this cover using his products. This is from the wallpaper pack. I did dye this check, and I got all his little snippets here. I did stitch around the check, and this is corrugated cardboard from a pizza box, which I did ink around. So that's what that looks like. It does have a little pocket here in the front, which you can pull this out. And it's just a little pocket that I created for some extra journaling space. And I think it goes this way. It has some of his cards in it for extra writing space. So there's that. And it opens up like so. Let me push this over. And I made this little belly band with all of his little snippets. And this flips up so that you have all of this journaling space here. So there's that. And you close it up, and in the back it has another pocket with some more of his little journaling cards. And I just created this tiny little flip tag with some of his ephemera pieces on my coffee dyed paper. It was just a little piece that I had, so I just made a little tag to tuck in there. And this is a little journal card that I created for my gel press. It's one of my favorites. So you could write on the back of that card. And there's that. There's that gets tucked here in the front of the journal. So we'll go ahead and, and I did use some of my tape that I made. Some age tape. And this is some of it. Let me bring it this way so you can see it. I've used little pieces from it. I did include some in this journal. And I said that this was a journal, but that wasn't correct. It's kind of like a little journal kit, because the journal is naked. It's not decorated, but this kit includes everything that you would need to create a journal. So I'm going to show you that now. This is the first flip, and I was so intimidated by the flips and the flops when I started making the journal, because every time you flipped open, you had another space to decorate. So I did the best that I could. This is the first page. Well, the first flip, I don't know what you call it, but the first part of the Lapbook. I did create this little tuck spot here using a corrugated cardboard and some of Tim Holtz, all of the Tim Holtz pieces. This is his little stitch fabrics, some of his linen tape, some of his little snippets, his little word cards are in here. Some of his people. I love this. I love this image just peeking out right here. And this is a gel press tag that I made using his little snippets, a little piece of upholstery material, and one of his words. It says, "This heart of mine." So that goes in here. And I did create this tag for this first page. And I did some, what do you call that? Ooh, spit it out, Gisele. Splattering of black paint on this paper. It's Dutch. And I used his snippets. I did put a little piece of fabric for a tab up top. I did stitch around it. And that's what it looks like. I inked everything up. And this is the book plate that goes to the journal. I like to include a book plate in each one of my journals. And it goes in this pocket. And this is the paper that I chose, which I did stitch around, a zigzag stitch. And that goes in here. And of course you can put other things inside this pocket. So we're going to go to the first flip over. And this one, I just kept this second page kind of simple. I hope it's showing up good. It looks like it is. I just put 2 hearts for my love of Tim Holtz. I do love his products. So I created this heart tuck and this one down here that catches this guest check. I used some of his dies. That's some of my tape. Some of his snippets. Some more of my tape. I think it's very pretty. I just love the way this tag came out. And I stitched it all around. And it just gets tucked behind this heart and this bottom heart here. And you can add whatever you would like to that as well. This is the part of the journal that I had the most fun making because I gathered a bunch of material so that the journal could be decorated. And I'm going to go over the journal in a second. But I did use 2 of his bottle caps. You can't get these anymore. These, I think, are discontinued. I've been collecting Tim Holtz stuff for a while, so. But let's go ahead and get that open. I love the bottle caps. So there's that. And throughout the journal, I did, that's what that looks like. I did create a couple of ephemera pieces, and this is one of them. It's simple. It's a quilted placemat that I did stitch around. They call it a padded heart. But it's pretty to put on the page of a journal. And I meant to bring a piece of coffee dye paper that I don't have. But you can put it on the page of a journal and just put the glue on this side and you can use it as a tuck spot. So there's that. I'm going to take this apart and I hope I could get it back in there. But basically, it's just, it's 2 bundles. And this has some vintage fabric. It has some of my vintage tape that I created. Some of his people. Some coffee dye tags. A money holder. Some more tags. One of his butterflies. A coin envelope. A little miniature policy envelope, and it has a piece of corrugated cardboard. So if you wanted to add something else to a page, let me take this off. It has a coffee dye doily, a receipt, a little diner check, a receipt that I created out of a book. It was a business book on how to create business forms, and I found this one and I copied it and made it, I coffee dyed it, and it's just great for journaling. Another guest check, painter's chip colors, and I got this handmade paper from the Dollar Tree, so I just included some of that in there so that fun can be created with all of these pieces. I'm not going to be able to put that back the way I had it, so I'm going to just move on. Okay, the second pack is paper, and some of it's vintage. I did include one of the people here because it looks so cute, with a little tiny envelope with a craft card in it. So there's that. I believe this is the Turkish language. It's a dictionary page. And let's see. We've got some foliage, which is some cards out of a book. And just different pieces of paper, different colors. So there's that. I love the font. I use this a lot. I love the font on this. I did emboss this paper sack. So there's that. And just different pieces of paper from different kind of vintage book. I think this is Danish. That's fun. You can collage with this paper. You can add it to a page. This is from a botanical book. That's fun. I think this one is Danish as well. Thought that was fun. We got some vintage recipes, butterscotch brownies. Isn't that fun? That's a very vintage. Some children's reader text. Some pretty pictures of flowers. Some music paper. I think this is gorgeous. Beautiful. Some more vintage recipes. Lots of paper. Some graph paper. And a piece out of a steno book. So there's that. And this is what the envelope or the policy envelope looks like. So all of this will go back in here, which I'm not going to do now because I don't want to make the video too long. So I'm just going to put this to the side. Let's go ahead and close that up. So there's that. So now we take it and we go to this next part, which is the middle. I did do a hidden signature, and that's where the journal is at. Let's move this over so you can see it. Kind of blends in, but there's my hidden signature so that you wouldn't see the stitches on this side. So there's that. And I chose the Tim Holtz papers to do the journal. So there's 13 pages in here, not including the doilies that have been coffee dyed. And they're all from the Tim Holtz paper packs and his paper pads. So I'm just going to flip through it real quickly. It does have my coffee dyed paper. So this is the doily. This is his paper packs. This is my coffee dyed paper. Isn't it pretty? Oh my gosh, I have so much fun making that. Some more of his papers. More of my coffee dyed paper. So it's very vintage, very, very Tim Holtz. I think the paper pad was the paper stash and something else. I can't think of it. This was from one of the 8x8 paper pads. Love the rulers. This is my coffee dyed paper. Let me make sure I'm in frame. I am. Let me tone that down just a little bit. Okay. Let's see what else. This is from one of his paper packs. And this is my coffee dyed paper as well. A coffee dyed doily. That was from the 8x8 paper pad. This is my coffee dyed paper. And this is the center of the signature. And it just continues on the other side. So there's that. So this, you could do just about anything to this journal. You could put this on here and tuck something in there. Let's see what we got to tuck in there. Let's see. Let's do the guest check. So you could glue this on a page and just tuck a check in. Or anything, a photo, anything. So this is the rest of the papers. It was fun creating this. It was a challenge at first. I saw Dahlia post a video. It's like, oh my God, I've never done one of those. And to say you're going to join a collaboration and then you can't do it, I was like, oh gosh, I don't know if I could do that. But they said you can do it when they got on the live chat. They said you can do it, just try. So I tried. This is my version of it. I hope it's okay. So now we're going to move on to the next flip. And this is kind of like a loaded pocket that I created with lots of pieces of Tim Holtz ephemera. So I created this pocket here, and I put this happy card because I was happy to play with paper again. It's been a struggle the last 3 months with my sweetie having surgery, and I I posted on my Instagram that I almost lost him to complications of surgery. So it's a happy time because he's well now. He's back to work. So I included this. I did stitch a little tab on it. So this card gets put in here to keep this flap closed. So once you put this here, it doesn't open. So we got this little pocket here that's full of tickets from one of his ephemera books. And I created just this little tiny tuck right here just to put these little tiny tickets. I love these tickets. Love, love those. But they're all nicely tucked in there. And then this flips up. And it has a belly band there. And then this one flips down. And I'm trying my best to keep you in frame. Let's see. And then it has another belly band down here. So I'm going to show you that in a second, but let me show you the first one. Created just a simple belly band using one of his ephemera pieces. And I added a piece of my coffee dyed paper with some of my vintage tape. And this just opens up. This is inspired by Ceri the Crafter. That's Ceri, the Crafter, here on YouTube. And it's just extra journaling space. But it folds up. I used one of my lace dyed papers. And it folds up to a tag. So I tucked it in here. And then let me do the one on the bottom. I did that one as well. I added a little piece of that quilted placemat for fabric touch there. And some of his pieces here. And I just added another one of Ceri the Crafter's journaling spaces. I did ink it all the way on all the creases. It looks so cool. I just love this. Yeah, so there's that. And let me show you the center. So let's open that up. And I included lots of little pieces that sometimes I include in journals. So I did create these whale tail tabs so that when the journal's being created, it can be used. I did ink them on both sides. So if you decide to use one side or the other side, they've been inked. So I did clip that on there. Some of his journaling cards that you can write on. Here's just a simple tag that I made with a fabric tab that I did stitch all the way around. If you follow me here on YouTube, you know that I always include a mason jar in all of my journals. And this is the one that I created for this Tim Holtz journal. Did put a little piece of my tape right there. I did stitch around it, and that's what it looks like. So I love that. More journaling cards. And in each one of my journals, I always include a word find. I do so in memory of my mom that passed away from cancer. It's my way of remembering her and thinking of her. You always think of your mom. You never get over it. More journaling cards. This is a vintage tobacco tag that they use when they pick the tobacco. So I bought these at a flea market. This is one of Tim Holtz inked alcohol ink tags that I created with a little whale tab up top and some coffee dyed paper, and I did stitch it. There's that. And here's another tag that I created using my tape. I used a negative to one of his dies, some cheesecloth, and I did stitch around that as well. So that's what it looks like. So you can journal on that. So all of that goes back in here, and I'll fix it all up later. Nice, nice. I put this back together, and this little card right here keeps it closed. So then we take and we flip that to the back, and right here I just created just a simple notebook, just notebook paper, but it's not notebook paper, it's coffee dyed paper. So I tried to include some of my coffee dyed paper. So there's that. I did decorate it on the front just to make it look pretty. Some of my lace dyed paper. This one got a little bit of color from the pan. And that's how it looks on the back. Let me show you that. I think it's so cool. Hope that's showing up nice. And some more little squares. So it's just a little pad with all coffee dyed paper. It's all coffee dyed paper. Look at this one. Love that. I must have used some ink in the pan and it transferred when I did that coffee dyeing. So that's what that looks like there. And you can add something here to keep journaling on it. And on this side, I like to crochet. It was a comfort when Sweetie was sick. So I crocheted this little tuck spot to hold these pieces of ephemera that I created. I think it's a nice touch. It's so cute. It's handmade. So there's that. This is the tag that I created. It has a journaling space on the back, but it's crocheted. I did do some stamping of the coffee marks and some splatters, and I used his ephemera to decorate this tag. I think it's so sweet. I just love that. So that goes in here, and I created this as a tuck spot for the journal. And basically what you can do is you can put it on a page like so and glue it here and here, and it has the ability to tuck something in there. And so I did tuck these pieces of ephemera in there, and it was made out of steno paper, a book page. So this goes in here, and it's just got different pieces of his ephemera, a little tea card, just little pieces of his ephemera. So there's lots of ephemera to decorate the journal with, and I created this little cluster, and this is what's called creepy cloth. I get it at Halloween. It's a cloth that you drape to make something look spooky, and I used it on this right here. So that's my little cluster. So that is my Lapbook. So let's see. It still confuses me how to put it together. So this flips this way, and then we close it up like so, and we put the belt back on it. So that is my my very first Lapbook. It was fun. Dahlia and Melinda and Isabel. It was a lot of fun. Oops, I put that on backwards. Yeah, it was a challenge, but it was fun. I'm excited to start another one. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I gotta put all the pieces back in there. Look at my ghost. But yeah, it was fun. I appreciate you guys for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great Sunday. Bye-bye now.